Everything is awesome in 3, 2, 1.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome.
Hi boys and girls. Today we are going to do SPAR Booklet. Please check that it is Booklet B. Before we continue, check that you've written down your name and your class. Now let's begin. Let's turn over to page 1. Then, write down your name, index number, class, and today's date. Okay, please check that you write down the correct date. Now, before we continue any further, check that you have your pencil, a highlighter, and an eraser. Because Miss Faiza is using a pen, I have a correction tape. Please check that you have all this before we continue. Okay, let's start. Word problem. 2 families shared a bus. There were 12 people in the bus. Which 2 families shared the bus? Okay, so we know that there are 2 families that shared the bus. Now, with these 2 families, there are 12 people in the bus. So they want us to find out which 2 families shared the bus. Now, let's take a look at the table here. Okay, so we have the family names here and the number of people in the family. Now, let's take a look. In the Tan family, they have 9 people. In the Chen family, they have 4 people. In the Singh family, they have 7 people. And lastly, the Brown family has 8 people. Now, let's take a look at step 1. See the problem. How many families shared a bus? So we want to know how many families. Families is not the number of people. Family represents this. Okay? So family. Like you guys, you, your mother, your father, your brothers, your sister in one family. Okay? So in the question, we did highlight. It says 2 families. So we write down 2 families. How many people were in the bus? So again, this time around, they're asking for how many people. Okay, going back to the question. Oh, look, we highlighted. So we know that there were 12 people. So we write down 12. Next, we highlight or underline the question. Have you done that? Good. Moving on to step 2. Let's plan a solution. Using a guess and check method, I must first find the number bond of. Okay, so we need to use the guess and check method. We need to find the number bond of 12 people because we know there are 12 people on the bus. Turning over to the next page, step 3. Act on the problem. Using guess and check method, solve the word problem on your own. Okay, so we're going to use the guess and check method. So, step A, we're going to make a first guess. Okay, so the first guess, we're going to try to put the total for Tan family and the Chen family together. So, let's flip over to the page before us to take a look. Tan family has 9 people and the Chen family has 4 people. So we need to add that together. So we write down the Tan family has 9 and the Chen has 4. So we add them together. 9 plus 4 gives you 13. Now, we take a look at the total here. 13 is more than or less than 12? It's definitely more. Okay, so it is more than 12. So we know that it is not these two families. Now, let's move on to step B to make our second guess. We are going to try the Singh family and the Chen family. So again, moving to the previous page, let's take a look. The Chen family has 4 people and the Singh family has 7 people. So the Singh family has 7 people and the Chen family has 4 people. Now let's find the total. So 7 plus 4 gives you 11. So that if these two families are on the bus, there would be 11 people. Now, we can tell that 11 is less than 12. Okay, so definitely it cannot be these two families as well. Now, let's make a third guess. We're going to try the Brown family and the Chen family. So let's take a look at the data again. So the Brown family has 8 people and we know the Chen family has 4 people. So let's label them. So Brown family has 8 people and Chen family has 4 people. So we add them together, 8 plus 4, which gives you 12. Okay? So, 12. Now, in the question, it says that there are 12 people on the bus. So, therefore, we can say that 12 is the answer. Okay? So, it gives us a total of 12. So now we know that Brown and Chen families shared the bus because when we add the total number of people in the family, we get 12 people. So let's fill this in. Brown and Chen families shared the bus. Now that we've answered this, let's move on to step 4 by turning your page. Let's reflect on the solution. Which method did you use to solve the question? We used the guess and check method. So we write down guess and check method, full stop. Now, how do you check that your answer is correct? Okay, now, did we use addition? We also use the addition to make sure that our answers add to 12. Okay, This means that we use the number bonds to check our answer. Therefore, I used number bonds to check my answer. Full stop. Okay, so now when we use number bonds, okay, this is how we check our answer. Now, in the previous page, we wrote them in an equation. Okay, so we are going to use that equation and put them into a number bonds. So the first equation is 9 plus 4, which gives you 3. So we're gonna draw a part, and a whole. So I know that this is 9 and 4, which gives me 13. But was 13 the answer that I'm looking for? It isn't, so I put a cross. The next one, which is 7 plus 4, which gives me 11. So I'm gonna try the next number bond. Okay, again we draw the part whole. Okay, we write down 7 and 4, which gives you 11. Is 11 the total that we are looking for? No, we are looking for 12. And our third guess, which is 8 and 4. So again, we draw out the number bonds of 8 and 4, which gives us 12. Now, is 12 the number we're looking for? Correct. We put a tick, and that's how we know that these are the two numbers that make 12, and we know that it is the Brown and the Chen family that shared the bus. Let's turn to page 4. Write down your name, index number, and your class. Remember to write down today's date on it. Okay, word problems. Use guess and check method to help you solve the word problems. Show each step clearly. 2 boys ate some candies. They ate 20 candies in all. Which 2 boys ate 20 candies? We know there are 2 boys who ate some candy, and they ate 20 candies in all. In all means all together. Now, which 2 boys? So we want to know who are the 2 boys that ate the 20 candies. So let's take a look at the boys. So we know there are Tom, Charles, Sam, and Brian. And in this boxes here, it shows the number of candies each boy ate. So Tom ate 9 candies. Charles ate 3 candies. Sam ate 7 candies. Brian ate 11 candies. Now, complete the table below, which is this table, to show which 2 boys ate 20 candies. Fill in the appropriate headings. So we are going to fill up the appropriate headings. Headings are like this. You see this boys and number of candies. So we write down the heading at the top to show what each column is showing you. Okay, so first we're going to name the headings. So over here, I'm gonna add 2 boys' names, so I will put name of boys. Okay, so these are gonna be, so below here, I'm gonna write down all the names of the boys. And over here, the next column is the total. You will need to write a little smaller for this to fit in all of it. Number. So for short form for number, I put NO and a full stop. Of candies. So that's my next heading. And the last column is a checked column. Okay? A checked column is to tell you whether the answer actually matches what the question is asking you about. So you'll put either a cross or a tick. So again, we are going to use the guess and check method. Okay, we're going to try to find out which 2 boys have a total of 20 candies. So first, let's try putting Tom and Charles together. So the name of the 2 boys are Tom and Charles. Okay, I know Tom has 9 candies and Charles ate 3 candies. So we are going to add them together. 9 plus 3, which gives you 12. Now, boys and girls, is 12 the number we are looking for? Okay, it says a total of 20 candies. So it is not 20. I check that it is not Tom and Charles. I put a cross. Now, the next one, let us try finding the total for Tom and Sam. I know Tom has ate 9 candies and Sam ate 7 candies. So I'm going to add them together. 9 plus 7, which gives you 16. Again, is 16 the number we are looking for? No, it's not. So I've checked that it cannot be Tom and Sam. So I put a cross. Next one, we are going to try Tom and Brian. So I write down Tom and Brian. Again, I know Tom ate 9 candies and Brian ate 11 candies. So I'm going to add them together. So 9 plus 11, it gives me 20. Ooh, that's when I realized that 20 is the total we're looking for. So I checked that the 2 boys are Tom and Brian, because when I put the candies together, it gives me 20. So the 2 boys were Tom and Brian. Now, let's try a second question. 2 stalls sold some fruits. So we know that 2 stalls sold some fruits. They sold a total of 35 fruits. Which 2 stalls sold 35 fruits? So again, we look at this table and the stalls A, B, C, and D, and the number of fruits sold from the store. So stall A sold 19 fruits. Stall B sold 14 fruits. Stall C sold 17 fruits. And stall D sold 16 fruits. complete the table below, which is this table, to show which two stalls, okay, which two stalls sold 35 fruits. Now fill in the appropriate headings. Now whenever we do a guess and check, okay, we always need to fill up the headings. So in this case, I have stalls, I have the number of fruits, okay, and I also need to leave one column for a checked column. So let's label it. So we have the stalls and the total. Now, Miss Faiza, why do I need to add the total number of fruits? Okay, this is because I am not looking at one stall alone, but I'm looking at the total for two different stalls. So it's total number of fruits sold. And the last column is a checkered column. It's a checked column, sorry, not checkered, checked column. Okay, so I'm going to try to add together stall A and B. So stall A has 19 fruits and stall B has 14 fruits. So I'm going to add them together, 19 plus 14. It gives us 33 in total. Is 33 the number we are looking for? It isn't. We are looking for 35. So it cannot be these two stalls. Next, we look at stall A and stall C. Stall A has 19 fruits and stall C has 17 fruits. So we add them together, 19 plus 17, which gives you 36 fruits. 36, it is not this number that we're looking for, which is 35. So it cannot be these two stalls. Now let's try again. Another guess and check. Let's try to add stall A and stall D this time round. So A has 19 fruits and stall D has 16 fruits. So I add them together, 19 plus 16, which gives you 35 fruits. Oh, this is the same number that we are looking for. So I put a tick, okay? And I know that stalls A and D are the two stalls that sold 35 fruits. So the two stalls are stall A and stall D.